So this is about a MBR and GPT. What is MBR and what is GPT? Look at here, guys. So here it is, your system. Okay, you brought a one fresh hard disk. Brought a one fresh hard disk. Okay, it means it does not contain any partitions, no data, nothing is there. It's a fresh hard disk. So it's connected to your motherboard. Like whatever it is, it is connected to your motherboard. You turn on your PC. So this hard disk is asking to initialize as a MBR or a GPT. So this is MBR and GPT are your partition styles. Partition styles. If in case you initialize as a MBR, then it is a MBR disk. If you initialize as a GPT, it is GPT disk. You can go to run, type disk mgmt.msc. It is go to disk management, disk mgmt.msc. So this is the disk management. I have a two hard disks. The disk 0, right click, convert into MBR. It is convert into MBR, means it is a GPT disk. This is secondary hard disk, convert into GPT. It's a MBR disk. MBR disk, okay. Means I have a two hard disk. I have two hard disks. One of the hard disk is GPT type of hard disk. Another hard disk is MBR. Okay. Here 2 points are there, guys. When you insert a new hard disk, fresh hard disk, you are connected. In your disk management, it will ask, do you want to initialize as a MBR or a GPT? Like that. I will show you that one like this. Sorry, like this. This is a 10 GB fresh hard disk is inserted. And it is asking you, do you want to initialize the disk as MBR or a GPT? MBR or a GPT. Okay. Okay. So what if your disk is, that is the first point. Second point is, you have a system, you have a computer, fresh computer, nothing is installed, no OS, nothing is there. No OS, nothing is there inside. It is a fresh hard disk. I connect this hard disk. Connected a hard disk, fresh hard disk. Now I want to install OS. I want to install a operating system. Okay, I put in operating system CD. Then I'm trying to install OS. Guys, you have a BIOS chip. Yours is BIOS chip. Your BIOS name is BIOS. And it is initialized as MBR. What are the OS it is? It is initialized as a MBR by default. Okay. If in case yours is UEFI, okay, yours is UEFI, then disk is initialized as a GPT. Disk is initialized as a GPT. Okay, disk is initialized as a GPT by default by installing OS, while installing OS. But second point is not confirmed. Again, I'm telling. Second is two dependency. One is UEFI plus OS type. Depends upon OS supporting. Like you are using Windows 8, Windows 10, Linux, your enterprise Linux 7 supports GPT. Depends upon your OS and UEFI. Disk by default initialize as a GPT. Depends upon your BIOS. BIOS means MBR type only. What it is, what is the difference, I will tell. Guys, this is a hard disk. When you want to do a partition, all are sounds only. Okay. I have a hard disk. This is MBR style. This is MBR type. What is MBR? Master boot record. Master boot record. Okay. It is a master boot record. Okay. So what is this? We'll see if it is a initialized as a MBR. You can create a 3 primary partitions. Totally 4 primary you can create it. But problem is see it is. Look at here. Just I'm unable to concentrate, guys. For example, you take a 500 GB hard disk. This is 100 GB. This is something 50 GB. This is another 50 GB. This is somehow 100 GB. Totally see 100 plus 100 plus 100. 300 GB, 4 partitions. Remaining 100 GB, you can't use it. Remaining 200 GB, you cannot use it. That's the problem with your MBR. So you can create maximum 4 primaries. You can create it. But that is a olden days. That is a olden days. Currently, you can create once you completed 3 primaries. Once you are completed these 3 primaries, okay, fourth is automatically become extended. Now, olden days we have a choice. You want to create a extended partition or a primary partition kind of stuff. But now in a Windows 7 onwards, so only it is asking once you are created a primary, 3 primary completed, okay, 3 primary completed, remaining is become extended. Okay, so this is entirely this 50 plus 50 200. Okay, remaining 300 GB become extended partition. Just for understanding, I'm putting a label on it. This is extended partition. Sorry. Okay, so these are the primary partitions. Primary. 3 primaries completed. Remaining is extended partition. Okay, extended partition. In this extended, we can create a multiple logical partitions. Logical partition, like this is 20 GB, this is some 50 GB, like this. How much is we have? We have a 300 GB extended partition. In 300, how many logical partition you want to create it? That many you can able to create it. So here it is, 3 primary plus 1 extended. In extended, you can create a so logical partition. Okay. 2 points, MBR, master boot record. If your disk is initialized as a MBR, you can create 3 primary, 1 extended. In 1 extended, you can create a multiple logical partitions. Okay, logical partitions. Now, one more point is there. Maximum 2 terabytes per partition. Each partition is each partition is 2 terabytes. This is a 2 terabyte maximum. That is a MBR. Okay. Guys, understanding up to here? If you understand, then I will tell GPT. No one is speaking. Again, look at here. This is GPT, means GUID partition table. GUID partition table. In this one, straight 128 partitions, means it's a primary partitions only. It is a primary partitions only. You can able to create it. All are primary type. But it never tell what is it is a primary kind of stuff. You can create number of primary partitions. 128 primary partitions you can create it. And no extension, no extended, no extended partitions. So 128 primary you can create it. And each partition support, like this, each partition is more than 2 terabyte, more than 2 terabyte, and up to 18 EB, 18 EB. This is some textbook reference only, some official textbook reference only, but you check in Google, you will get different type of answers. 18 EB. Okay. So more than 2 terabyte. Important is more than 2 terabyte. Okay, up to 18 EB. Okay, so this is GPT. So same thing it is written here. So MBR, master boot record. Your disk is MBR type of disk. You can create 3 primaries. Once 3 primary completed, 1 extended partition. This is extended partition. Okay. In the extended, we can create a multiple logical drives. Each partition support maximum 2 terabyte. GPT, GUID partition table, 128 primary partitions can create. Number of extended, no extended, no logical partitions. More than 2 terabyte of partition size up to 18 EB. This is my GPT drive. See, all are healthy kind of stuff on it. Basic data partition. Blue color represent primary. Blue color represent primary. Now, these are the 3 primaries only. I can shrink this volume. This is called shrink. This is H drive. H drive contains 93.4 GB. Okay, my H drive contains 93.5 GB. Free space. Free space. I will take some partition from this free space. Understand? It is. This is my H drive. Okay, free space is 93.4 something is there. Free space, empty space. So out of 531 GB total drive, this is free drive. From this free drive, I want to take 40 GB, 40 GB GB is a drive. Okay, so again 93.4 GB free space. Out of that one, 40 GB. I want to shrink the volume. Means I will get a 40 GB. This free GB only. This method we call it as a shrink. Shrink. Okay. So look at this. 531 GB, 93 GB free. Shrinking volume. So in this shrink volume, it is saying 95 something it is showing, right? 40 GB means 4096 means 4 GB, 40 GB. I want to shrink from this H drive. Click on shrink. It is immediately created without any problem. 40 GB. See, if you see out of H drive, this H drive total size is reduced. So 531 earlier, now 491. 491. 491 is the H drive now plus 40 GB. Much it is 531. 531. 531. Okay, 531. See, earlier it is 531, now minus 40, then H drive become 491. Okay, so this is our 40 GB unallocated. This one I'm going to create a new partition. 3 primary 1, primary 2, primary 3. I'm going to create some 10 GB drive. Rightly, new simple volume. In 40 GB, I'm creating 10 GB drive. I'm not telling any 10 GB at means. I'm not telling primary or secondary kind of stuff. Primary, extended, logical, I'm not telling. It will take automatically. Giving only 10 GB. That's it. Next, NTFS file system. NTFS file system. 2 file system it is showing NTFS file system. See, 1, 2, 3. What is this? This boundary is totally, it is a extended partition. extended partition. This is a 10 GB, a logical drive. Logical drive. The 10 GB drive I created. Okay, created 10 GB drive. Still there is a 30 GB space. So this is MBR. This is MBR. 3 primary completed. Fourth one is in the extended partition. Inside this extended, we have a logical drives. Can create a multiple partitions. I'm taking 4 GB. It is 10 GB. This is 4 GB. You look at both are logical drives, like a up to 26 GB completed. Number of logical drives you can able to create it. Number of logical drives you can able to create it. Okay. Let's understand shrinking volume, creating new volume, primary, extended logical drives. You got it or not? I'm deleting these volumes. One, because I don't need it. I need to be attached to his drive. Okay. So I'm deleting this 40 GB extended volume also. So delete it. So 40 GB is available. Now I want to add this 40 GB to H drive. Now I want to add this 40 GB to H drive. Okay. So H drive, right click, extend volume. So H drive, right click, extend volume. I can add I complete 40 GB or part of 40 GB also I can add it. Right click, extend volume. Okay. You'll ask, do you want to add entire 40 GB? That means entire unallocated space, or you want to add only 5 GB, 10 GB like that. I'll show you. I want to add 10 GB. It is 40 become 30, 10 is added to this one. Like that you can add. I will add everything. Right? Finish. It is no unallocated. Unallocated is merged into H. Okay. So this is disk management. All are there. Shrinking volume, kind of stuff. Okay. Shrinking volume, extending volume, creating new volume. Okay, that's a point, guys. You got it? What is MBR, GPT, and shrinking volume, extending volume kind of stuff? Logical drives.